Hello YouTube, it's DJ Zolgage Trains. In this video I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you some new trains that have come in, and then I'm going to take you through the catalog that MTH just dropped this morning and take you through some of my highlights. First, just take a quick look at the living room. We're getting it squared away, getting it organized, and making it look better. This living room has needed a facelift for quite some time, and we're getting it done, and it's starting to look real good. Gonna shine up that stone a little bit, get some shelves over here. The shelves will be natural wood grains, all different shades of wood, different types to match the color of the stones. And we're gonna put herbs on that. So it's gonna look really cool. And then we're gonna get this area a little bit more organized. The flat screen TV broke a while back, and I got one in the bedroom, so I'm not too worried about it. Eventually I'll get it replaced. And so for right now, I got this one. There's my face. I haven't showed my face in any videos, and I probably need to change that. But there you go. That's what I look like. I am human. So back to the trains. So first, let me show you some new stuff that's come in. We have MP15 diesel engines by MTH Electric Trains, and they're really, really cool. These blue and white ones are Long Island Railroad from the 1990s. And then there's a leased New York and Atlantic Railway diesel engine, which is really cool. The Long Island Railroad ones, actually, they're uncatalogued, released by Nassau Hobbies, and they have passenger station effects. Actually, it's more like subway effects, because you could put these in auto mode and they'll make station stop sequences just like the Rail King subway sets do. And it's really cool. The route starts at Oyster Bay and it ends at Long Island City, Queens. Very, very realistic for these engines. Really cool. So, and the announcer has a Long Island accent, and it's the most prototypical sound set I've ever heard for a Long Island Railroad diesel made by MTH. They did a fantastic job on these. Unfortunately, there's no M logos on them because of that lawsuit from years ago involving graffiti subways, so I have to put the M logos on them, and I'll also weather these a bit. By themselves, they were mostly in passenger service, which is the most common way to see these engines. Paired up like this, they were in freight service. And then here is what one of these MP15s on Long Island looks like today. They are repainted and leased by the New York and Atlantic Railway for freight-only service. And the sound set in this one is really cool too. It's an interchange between the New York and New Jersey Railway over at Bay Ridge Yard. And the engineer and the brakeman are taking a cut of cars back from Bay Ridge to Fresh Pond. Very realistic. MTH hit a home run with these. Very quickly, some more new trains. Golden Gate Depot Sunset Limited. This is my first southern set that I've got. I've been down here in the deep south for many years, and I figured it was time to get something that reflects where I live now. So this is the 1950 Sunset Limited, and it goes with my Lionel Legacy AC9 set. So really, really cool. Beautiful set. There are some pros and cons with this. Golden Gate Depot has raised their prices tremendously since the last time I bought a set from them. And the quality is about the same. Now, saying that, the quality is excellent, but it's not perfect. So I think for the money, I was expecting a little more from these. But overall, I'm still happy with them. And I will keep them, and I'll do a full review of them and running session down the line. And this car, I'm going to come back to this in a little bit. It's a Northern Pacific Slumber Coach. So let's get into the catalog if you've lasted this long. So, here we go. Probably should have skipped these first few pages. This computer is a bit slow. Alright, so here we are in the Rail King lineup with some Rail King semi-scale steamers. Cool stuff, but I'm primarily into scale stuff, so I'm going to skip right past all this. Going to skip right past this. Notable mention here is the New York Central Line's RS3. That's really cool. Something a little bit different. I also like the Peabody Coal one, however, I'm not going to be going in for any of those. But they are cool. Amtrak Phase 3 FP45. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a hit. I'm pretty sure all of these are going to be a hit. The Maersk Sealand one is really cool. Santa Fe is always a big hit. Good choice, but still something I'm probably not going to order. Moving on. Semi-scale E units, pretty cool. Here we go. This is probably my first definite pre-order here. The NW2. I've got the Lionel Legacy in Pennsylvania, which is really awesome, and I like this Reading cow-calf unit. I'm into old-time coal operations around New York City, and the Reading had a tremendous hand in coal operations around New York City with McMyler coal dumpers and all that stuff. So more than likely going to get both of those. And I'd like to somehow tether the calf unit to the cow, and it would be really cool to get a motor in the calf unit or some lights or something like that. So just thoughts right now, but I'm probably going to get both of them. MP15 DCs, which is cool. These are MP15 ACs, so it only makes sense that they would now come out with the DC version. So cool stuff, but not going in. I already have a Brooklyn Streetcar by Williams, so I'm going to skip over this. Although the cool thing is they have station stop proto effects. Chicago subways, really cool stuff. Not a Chicago modeler though, so gonna pass. The low view with Christmas lights catches my attention, but not enough to pre-order it. So I'm gonna skip over the low V's. I tend to like 1960s subways and up, so 60s to 90s is what I like to collect in subways. Semi-scale tankers, pretty cool. U.S. Army equipment, very nice. And then the semi-scale passenger equipment. So I'm going to pass right by all that. Premier Line steamers. I wish MTH would put the whistle steam smoke effect in more steamers. They did a fantastic job with the steam smoke effect in their big boy. So why not do it in more steamers? I have no idea. 080s, pretty cool. Gonna skip over all that. Pensy Mountain steamers, that's pretty cool, but still gonna pass on it. I prefer Legacy for my steam stuff. The Pacifics, some leftover stock, I'm guessing. Still very cool. That's a unique looking unit there. Pretty wild looking unit. So not gonna pre-order it, but it's a notable mention. The turbine. SD70s, a little too modern for what I typically collect. Here's the star of the catalog. Once again, a little too modern for what I collect, but I'm sure this is a sellout hit and an excellent choice. And some GP35s. Providence of Worcester is pretty cool. They interchange with the New York and Atlantic at Fresh Pond. But there's some other stuff I'm interested in, so I'm not going to pre-order that. But it's still a notable mention, and I'm going to watch it. This is the first Premier Line piece that I really, really like. The CSX SD40-2s. I think this Crazy 8s thing is really cool. I read up on the story. I watched some of the news articles before I made this video. The SD40-2s and CSX paint scheme also interchanged with New York and Atlantic Railway for a long time. The interchange still happens every week, but it's done by SD60Ms now. So I think I may end up ordering both of these. I think the sound set's going to be really fun, and operating this with the New York and Atlantic will be prototypical for New York City. And then when I want to operate it by itself, I'll have a really fun sound set to work with and a really cool piece of history there. Very interesting. So for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. EF3B's got one already. Trainmasters, if there was one in Reading, I'd be in for it, and scale wheels, probably. GE 44 ton. I've skipped over the past 2 or 3 runs of these. They've done so many of them now. So I think it's time that I get one. So I'm considering this Hoboken Shore Railroad because it's just a really cool paint scheme. It really fits in with my New York City collection, and I'm probably going to get one of them. Maybe both, I don't know, but definitely one. F3s, tough decision. I'm into the North Coast Limited, Raymond Loewy paint schemes, love them. There's my North Coast Limited Slumber Coach, waiting for Golden Gate Depot to give me a scale North Coast Limited set. or Lionel at this point because Golden Gate Depot is so expensive. But I got this slumber coach here and it's awesome. So that's real cool, considering a scale wheel set of those. Considering a scale wheel set of the Western Pacific for the California Zephyr. And they're just beautiful. So we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one or both or any of them, but they're awesome. So considering them, both would be awesome. So I would do ABA in Northern Pacific and ABBA in Western Pacific. And then I would take the powered electronics and the motors from one A unit and stuff it into one of the non-powered B units, and then blow the A unit out as it on eBay, so that I get a prototypical ABB with 2 powered units and California Zephyr announcements. That would be awesome. So moving on. I have a New York Central ABA in the jade green. It's tethered together like MTH used to do their E8s. So I'm going to pick up one of the A units and then move the electronics from my slave A unit into the non-powered B unit in my ABA set, and then blow out the A unit. So I'll have 3 powered units to pull my 12-car 20th Century Limited, which is finally enough power to run that set comfortably. Really excited that they're releasing this set. And then down here we have more California Zephyr engines. And with this, I could do a prototypical AAA unit in Burlington. So you've got 2 powereds and 1 non-powered. So I'm considering that. Really awesome. Very surprised to see that. So, and those are going to be a hit, and they're going to go fast. So, awesome. PAs. Be nice to get one of the Pennsy A units, but however, I'm not going to pre-order it just for the sake of there's so much other stuff I'm interested in. Notable mention, really cool. I'm sure the UP fans are going nuts for that. U-25Bs. If we had Penn Central or Conrail quality, I'd be all over it, but we don't. But I love U-boats, and maybe in the next run. Okay, passenger stuff. Freight stuff, I'm sorry. So I'm going to skip through a lot of this for the sake of time. The R50B reefers, probably going to pick up the Pensies. I did pick up both numbers in the last run, and you know, get an old time mail and express going, so I'll probably pick up both of those. I like the yellow tanker here. That would be really cool weathered, so maybe. Here we go, some stuff to go with my New York and Atlantic MP15. These really tall coke hoppers are now in scrap service. The GATX and the FURX here. So I'm thinking about picking up a few of those to add with my New York and Atlantic MP15 and make scrap loads for that. Cool stuff. Nothing here for me. Those are cool. These come up every so often in the catalogs. U.S. Army stuff. I would love to get some military stuff, especially to go with the War Bonds set that Lionel is coming out with. I did pre-order the Pennsy War Bonds set, and I would love to get some of these. Rapid discharge hoppers. These guys right here at the bottom would go with the New York and Atlantic MP15. Probably going to get both road numbers there. Going to get probably one of each of these Pennsy Signal Man cabooses. So very cool. I like them. I like the Pennsy lines and then the Pennsy gray. And Long Island Railroad, pretty cool. Might do the RPO, not sure. I've got tons of World's Fair stuff already, so we'll see. And I'm coming up on 15 minutes, so I'm going to end it. But the last thing I'm considering is the New York Central RPO car. There it is. Don't like the Lionel one, and I'm considering getting this MTH one from my Vision Line Hudson. So, but, not Hudson, Niagara, I'm sorry. So, but that's it for now. And this is DJ's Old Gauge Trains. Hope you liked it. Let me know what you're ordering. A lot of stuff. I'm not going to get it all. I'm still thinking about it, but that's what I'm interested in. So now you've seen it, and show me what you're interested in, and let's have a conversation. All right, take care. That's it for now. Bye-bye.